Scrambling for an intro to the show, I decided to throw together some fun facts about sharks. They aren't funny or really relevant to the podcast, but it's content nonetheless. Sharks are older than trees. The earliest species classified as a tree lived around 350 million years ago, where the Sahara Desert is now. Shark species have been identified as living over 400 million years ago. They've survived 5 mass extinction events. In fact, sharks are older than the rings of Saturn, which are only 10 to 100 million years old. Despite all of the tracking and observation technology humans have, we have never successfully tracked great white sharks mating in the wild. Fun fact number 3. In a study using drone footage in Southern California from January 2019 to March 2021, researchers found that sharks and people swam together 97% of the time. Juvenile sharks tended to stick closer to the shore for the warm water, easy food, and safety from larger predators like orcas. And finally, that being said, there are 60 to 75 unprovoked shark attacks per year worldwide, with the U.S. and Australia leading the attack numbers, and about 10 deaths per year, meaning you have better odds of winning your state lottery jackpot than from dying from a shark. You're 12 times more likely to die from fireworks, 54 times more likely to die from a lightning strike, and about 15,500 times more likely to die from gunfire in the U.S. than a shark attack. Jesus. On that happy note, this will be the last stop for well-researched information. My name is Brandon.
I'm Matt.
I'm Jake.
And this is Qualified Nonsense.
Speaking of tree trunks,
I've got bad news. I tried to when I was gonna say my name, I tried to switch cameras back up, but everything's grayed out, which means I can only use this camera for the recording.
Yeah, so for our audio listeners, Jake has a camera just trained at his feet right now.
I mean, you know,
I thought this was going to be like the money makers.
Our viewership is going to skyrocket.
So if I turn off my camera, I still can't switch it. You can turn off the camera while recording, but you can't switch cameras, is what it says. So maybe.
Great.
Oh boy.
Oh.
All right, reach down and bring us up from your little piggies. There you go.
So my intro is going to be like when there's like somebody explaining something, and then there's like one of those like running video games happening in the background. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we're very second screen content. Let's see.
Yeah.
That'll do. And I'll turn this guy off. And great.
Ugh, let's see the feet again.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
All right, noted. We can't change camera angles.
We can't hot swap. All right.
Oh yeah, it is grayed out. Mine wants to tell me I can use a different camera that I don't have, and it's grayed out.
Oh.
Thanks, Riverside.
Thanks, Riverside.
Bastards.
Well, this is a new view. I'm sorry, I got distracted in the camera part, but that what makes the United States and Australia the leading locations for shark attacks? It's not like we have. We have a lot more coast, but not that much more coast. Is it that we have like a culture that goes to the beach more than other cultures?
Well, that or more sharks, maybe.
My fucking light turns off.
Well.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, we have one of those looks about us.
You think it's looks related? I like that.
God, let's go get them.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like beach culture, like we do have, but then like like a lot of Central and South America have beaches that people visit. So
I don't know, like they have Spain and Italy and all that. They all go to the beach and hang out. They just don't want a pretentious flesh.
I mean, it could be, just where sharks tend to hang out more. I don't know.
But one is in the southern hemisphere, and one's like, for instance, Chile has a huge coast. So like, like I was trying to think of like coastlines,
then, like-
because Australia has like a big beach culture and a lot of coast, obviously, because it's a big old island. Anyway,
It's same
I
thing
was
with,
just sort
like,
of pontificating on it.
Africa. But yeah,
Yeah, that's true. But well, there's actually isn't one of the places you can go like shark diving in South Africa?
yeah.
Yeah,
The world
which
may
sounds
never
horrifying.
know. Complex creatures.
Yeah,
Maybe they're just smart enough to know not to go in the water around there, and
yeah.
We don't know any better.
Without a cage.
That tracks for Australia, where they're like, screw it, we're jumping in.
Yeah. In Australia, we bite back. Gentlemen, how are we? Sorry about the technical difficulties on my side. I know I was a little bit distracted during that whole initial section.
Well, all the closeted freaks aren't sorry.
Nice.
Love this.
I got you. Closeted freaks. What was the weekend like? Is it getting hot in the Pacific Northwest? Yeah.
not particularly.
Oh.
It was, and then it wasn't, and now
Yeah.
it's kind of. Yeah, it's in the upper 70s.
They turn the oven on down here. It's like, but you know, to make bread, you have to put like a pan of water in the oven also to keep it steamy. That's what happened down here.
They
It's
gotta
like
get you all humidified.
this morning it was like 60 degrees, but it felt like 100 because I was just like slogging through the air, which was water. So definitely come to North Carolina, visit. It's such a beautiful place.
Yeah,
it-
it's fine up here.
Yeah, like today it was like low 70s, so
Nice enough to keep your windows open and whatnot.
Listeners, especially listeners from across the globe, write in on our subreddit or hit us up on socials and tell us about the exciting information about the weather that you're experiencing right now. Because we
Yeah,
were
I was
just
gonna
talking
say,
about
straight to the
Australia,
weather, huh?
and it's winter, or no, it's not winter. It's fall. Is it fall?
It's
Yeah.
gonna be close to winter.
Yeah. Brandon, you still don't want to go to Australia, huh? Especially with all those shark attacks.
I've never said I don't want to go to Australia.
That's
I
me.
go to Australia.
I don't.
Oh, I thought. Wait, I thought. Oh, okay, you don't want
I
to.
view
you
Australia
don't want to.
like I view space. Everything there wants to kill you.
That's
So
fair.
I'd rather just not go.
Brandon,
Watch the video.
sorry, I was
Australia.
going.
On how to avoid if a kangaroo is like trying to punch you, like how to
Yeah.
dodge it. Like you basically just get behind a tree and like stay behind a tree and like keep the tree between you and the kangaroo and they can't get you.
And then do they lose interest?
Punch
I
back.
don't know.
Get one right across the face.
Don't they have
They have big
like
claws.
pretty gnarly claws? Yeah.
And they're like
that's the same with
jacked.
yeah, and they're swole. That's the same with like that's how I escaped cows that tried to kill me. Was getting behind a tree and
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of doing the around the tree, staying on.
You don't know
staying
how to
in
go
front
in
of it.
circles, idiots.
Yeah. Forget it though. If there's multiple cows trying to kill
Have
you,
you,
it's just like
have you seen the
give
video
up.
of the guy who's like parachuting and he lands and a kangaroo comes up and tries to like start punching
No.
him and he's like fuck. Look it up. It's pretty funny because this guy's just like, oh shit, mate, and he's like hopping across a parking lot. He's like shit.
Kangaroos are kind of like deer in Australia, right? Like how deer are like just everywhere here. Like it's
I think so. I think there are an awful lot of them.
like
I don't
people
know. I
are
don't know much about them. Like I know they're marsupials and they have that wild sort of birthing situation where they give birth to not microscopic, but like very, very, very small mammal babies, and then they sort of like crawl up the fur and hang out in a pouch. But aside from that, like I don't know, like population density or can you keep them as a pet? I know. Oh, I guess they eat them, right? You can have kangaroo
Yeah.
meat.
There was a store here called Chuck's Produce that I was walking through their meat section once, and they had like this hodgepodge of ground animals, and one of them was ground kangaroo. I was like, should try it out. And it tasted just like beef.
There was a burger spot in New York called Bear Burger, I think, and it specialized, or among their specialties was like a variety of different burger patties, including all kinds of sort of more exotic meats. Like I feel like kangaroo was there, elk.
So are kangaroos if people are eating them for meat, are they farmed or is it like
That's a good
wild
question.
game?
That's what I mean. I don't know. I have to imagine that they're farmed to a degree. Do you guys remember in Sandy there was that, or outside of Sandy towards the mountain, there was that ostrich farm for a long time, right off the highway?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It always had that rusted metal ostrich sculpture out front.
Is that what it was?
Right? Because there were ostriches back there for a while. I mean, like this is when we
I
were
remember
pretty darn
the
young.
truck and the ostrich that they had. I guess I never.
Oh
knew it
yeah,
was a
the
farm.
truck. I remember the truck too. Yeah, I remember seeing ostriches way back in like a tall fenced area. No longer though, but this is all very exciting stuff.
Not as interesting as your feet, I guess. Yeah,
yeah, I guess not.
it's been downhill since then.
Yeah, started high, started from
Gave
the
us
top. Now
gave
we're
us a
here.
taste and then took it away.
I know. Always got to leave them on more. What do you guys think? Do we want to get into some questions?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's A some Q's. Be right back. And welcome back. Feel free to drop us a line at qualifiednonsense@gmail.com or connect with us on our socials or find us over on our Discord server. If you or someone you know would make a great guest on a future episode of Qualified Nonsense, please let us know. Now's the time on the show where we take on Reddit's most pressing queries by finding the top trending questions and answering them here. The first one comes to us from the advice subreddit. Username new maintenance 1129. The headline of this is former friend invited herself to my wedding. How do I approach this? So they say, I, 27 female, am getting married this July and I'm really excited. I used to be best friends with this girl, 28, but we haven't talked in years. We never had a big falling out. We just grew distant over COVID, and whenever I suggested meeting up, she would either postpone last second or stand me up. Decided to take a hint and stopped reaching out. So at this point, we haven't spoken in probably 3 years. Last night, she sent me a picture of a dress and asked if it's formal enough for my wedding. We have no common friends. I don't post on social media, and neither does my fiance. So how does she know I'm getting married? I'm not a confrontational person at all and find this entire situation painfully awkward. I'd appreciate advice on how to approach her without coming across as some bitter bridezilla. I don't want her at my wedding, and I'm baffled she's just planning on showing up. I want to call her this week and talk to her about it. She's had a habit of leaving me on red for weeks on end, and I'd rather not feel anxious waiting for a response via text. Thanks.
I mean, I would say just that. Like, hey, just so you know, you're not invited. Also, how did you know I was getting married?
I wouldn't even breach the how would you know? I would just say that's a pretty dress. Our wedding's going to be really small.
Yeah, you could just say that, like, hey, I appreciate you wanting to be there, but we're just having a small service or whatever, and we have a limited number of
Or if
whatever.
you don't want to get tied up into the like, if it's not small, like we're just having close friends and family.
Or just say, oh, you left me unread for so long that spots filled up. We don't have any more RSVPs.
Oh, a really good one to avoid the whole thing is just be like LOL, or like cool dress, or like, you know, some other
Like, ooh,
innocuous like.
Got a hot date tonight?
Yeah. First of all, weddings are awful. Not weddings are awful, but like weddings are a source of stress that oftentimes like the actual day is like difficult to remember, frankly. And it's like a lot of action, and they're stressful to get into. So like having this person add to your stressful time of getting ready for a wedding, like table it. Just like nip it in the bud. Don't even worry about it. Like water under the bridge. And you can be like brutally honest with someone who's an old friend. Just be like, oh no, thanks. Oh, it would be fun, but like, nah. And then you can leave it at that. You don't need to like extend the conversation.
Here's our registry if you want to send something. But
Yeah, nice.
Maybe it's just the age that we are getting, but it's just like I find them more cumbersome than enjoyable at this point. Like they're a time commitment. They're usually out of town or state.
Or are you talking about weddings in general?
Weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if this person's a vegan or something. Just be like, sorry, we're having a hamburger bar,
Yeah.
and we're only having
kangaroo
tallow
meat
shots.
bar.
Tallow shots. Yeah, I don't know. You know, so I had a family member that invited her grandchildren. So my second cousins,
Sure.
I guess that would be. But like the RSVP response was like it was going to be like an aunt and uncle, and instead of responding with like myself or my partner, because we made the invitations specifically sort of designed to indicate only one or two people, like you and a partner, and she added her grandkids on there, and we were like, if you guys remember, like there was a kid there, that was my niece. Anyway, I had to make the very awkward phone call to be like, hey, I'm so sorry, you cannot bring your grandkids. And she was like, oh no, that'll be fine, it won't be that big of a deal. And I was like, I know that's crazy, I'm so sorry, no. And it was a awkward conversation, but I'll tell you what, really glad I did it.
I don't remember your invitations, Jake, but did they say no kids?
It did not say. It actually might have, but at the time when we were getting married, ain't nobody had kids. I think maybe Dane had a kid at that point, but
it's kind of the faux pas we're dealing with not dealing with. I was a little bit shocked. I have a family member that's getting married he's on the younger side, and RSVPs, save the dates, came out, and I had to ask his dad and mom. I was like, hey, kids are welcome, right? And he's like, I don't think they are. I was like, well, it doesn't say here anywhere, and it doesn't say on the website no kids, and it doesn't say.
Yeah.
And I asked a wedding planner friend, I was like, I'm not wrong for thinking this is weird, right? Like, no, if there's no kids, it should be explicitly said no kids.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. I also think you have to take into account the demographic. Like, we were inviting people who we knew all didn't have kids, except one that did have a kid that we knew was coming. But the invitation said, are you, like, select one. Like, do you like me? Check yes or no. It was like, you're invited and you have a +1. Actually, I think that's what it said. Like, you have a +1. And who's your
Technically, that's
+1?
a +1.
Well, luckily she was trying to bring 2, and I was like, no, get the fuck out of here. But,
I do think, it's like awfully presumptuous to like just assume that you're invited to someone's wedding. Like, you don't know what their situation is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
yeah, absolutely.
I would be more curious for this person to be like, first of all, who told you I was getting married? Because I got another phone call to make after this one.
I mean, like, I think, that, like, they're just assuming that maybe you're having a huge wedding, and like if they show up, it's not a big deal. But some people do have small, intimate weddings, or like budget things right down to the individual. And
Oh, yeah.
like
How long ago was this question submitted?
a week ago.
Oh, I was like, man, I wonder if there's an update. Like, did that person just
Yeah.
show up?
Well, they
Well,
did say
so
they
they're
did
getting married in a
provide an
month or
update
something?
in their question. They said, "Update. Hope I'm doing this right. I hadn't considered she might be someone's plus one, and many people suggested that possibility. So I sent her a friendly message asking if she was." Roughly translated, "Oh, hi, the dress looks lovely. Are you accompanying one of my guests? I'm surprised you messaged and want to make sure we're on the same page." She
that's another
responded
way
with
to
a
do it.
question mark, so I called her. Turns out she isn't anyone's date. A relative of hers I know works with my sister. I had no clue that they were working together, but she apparently overheard my sister talking about my wedding and relayed the info to my former friend. No big deal, relieved she isn't anyone's date. To her, we were still friends, and she figured I wouldn't mind her at the wedding. As one lovely comment put it, I had to put my big girl panties on and told her that I had loved her dearly in the past, but she has shown me so many times that that I can't really mean that much to her if I'm not worth responding to or get stood up when we set up a meeting.
Hell
I told
yeah.
her that it's actually really bizarre of her to think that she would be invited to my wedding after years of no contact. She suggested meeting up again and talking about our friendship in person, but I really wasn't interested and told her as much. Wished her all the best and told her there were no hard feelings.
Just
Hung
keeps
up and
going.
blocked her.
I was like, God, she could have just stopped like a paragraph ago, but like
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
she's kind of writing her own. She wants this drama.
Well,
Or they, whoever this
maybe
is.
she
You're
wants
kind of inviting
closure.
it.
Like I think there's a case to be made that she wants closure because it does sound like she was hurt by this person, but also like
I hope she just shows up.
I feel like also there's like the person on the other side. You have to be pretty obtuse to say like what you said, Brandon. Like just assuming that you're able to come to a wedding. Especially in 2026, where like people know what weddings are in a
If
big
it's me,
way.
I'm
Like
hoping I
it's
don't
all
get
on
an invite.
right.
I want to be at this one just to see if anybody's like, does anybody object to this matrimony? And
I
her in the back
do.
showing up like kicking in the door. I do. I was
Yeah.
invited to this. It's like,
Oh, but don't you think
yes,
like
yes.
sending a picture of a dress and be like, "Ooh, I'm coming." Doesn't that sound like bait? Doesn't it sound like a like bait? Like you're dropping a line in with bait on it, being like, "Ooh, like you have to respond to this."
Just an ominous post about a dress.
Kind of, or just
Yeah.
like kind of just trying to stir shit, whether for good or for bad, or honestly, to me, that's a red flag about like a person, and I wouldn't even engage. I'd be like, nope, and then not.
Well, maybe
not
they're
deal with it.
just a super. They just have no self awareness and just
I
assume
mean,
that
that's true.
yeah that you're close enough that she can come to your wedding, and I don't know. Yeah,
Actually, that's a
but
good point. How do you? This isn't meant to be. This is probably going to come out sounding weird, but how do you guys communicate with people who are neurodivergent, that either are self-proclaimed or sort of like unknowingly awkward, or on the spectrum, or otherwise sort of like you have to adjust your communication skills in order to communicate with them. How do you guys do with that?
Just don't talk to them. No.
grab them by the hand
guess I
and
try
yell
to-
in their faces. No,
Okay.
I try to meet them on their level.
Yeah,
as best you
yeah.
can. Like if you have somebody that's so far on the spectrum that they only know like 4 words, then
Well,
that's
sure.
gonna be
Like
a challenge.
nonverbal is something different, I guess. But like, there's plenty of people that are in some way, their communication styles are
the
like
hard
very
part
different.
is those initial interactions, because you have to learn their
Right, you have to,
preferred
like,
communication
gauge
styles.
well, and yeah, they can't pick up context clues, so you have to be like very literal,
Direct.
and
Yeah.
direct. Yeah. I mean, I personally haven't really dealt with anybody like that, or like in a situation where I have to be like turning somebody down for something who is neurodivergent. But yeah, I mean, I would think, yeah, like just being direct and saying, hey, listen, yeah, it'd be great if you could be there, but we don't have room, or I mean, in this case, like, it sucks to say, like, yeah, I just don't want you there, but
Brandon harnesses his inner Chris Tucker. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You are not welcome.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of sugarcoat it a little bit, but yeah, you could just like flat out lie and just say, yeah, sorry, we don't have room. Like, and that could mean anything. Like, yeah, we're having 1,000 people there. We can't have 1,001. But like,
Oh, actually, one of you, I forget who brought up the financial factor, but like, yeah, if you're catering, if you're getting catering done, they charge by the head, and it can be a lot of money. And
yeah,
like,
it could mean an extra like couple $100 out of your pocket if an extra person shows up.
Yeah. So like, that's not nothing. Especially at marrying age, I feel like, you're scraping pennies together to make sure that it's like a nice time.
Well, especially if you have an open
did
bar.
you not hear my fiance died? The wedding's canceled.
I like the direction, Matt, that you're taking with it. It's very like, if you're gonna lie, go big or go home, right?
Yeah. Oh, did you not see the plane crash that happened?
Jesus.
Please send your wedding gift and flowers to this address.
Here's the GoFundMe. It's like, oh, but it literally just says for your honeymoon. Yeah, that's what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I
can't talk about it.
Now it's memorial costs.
What else? What did some other people say? I would imagine more or less the same thing of being like, go pound sand, but
if you gave any of your guests a +1, make sure they're not the ones who invited her. So yeah, she addressed that already. This person says, message her back saying the wedding is invite only. That should take care of that. If she messages back, tell her she's not invited.
nice.
Sorry, it's invite only. Am I invited? Nope. Am I invited? I mean, like, I guess you would have to feel pretty close to this person to feel like you would go to their wedding. But if you haven't talked in years, that seems like a weird thing to.
That's why I think. Yeah, that's why I think the person's trying to start some shit, or maybe they felt wronged in the past in some way.
So a little narcissistic.
Yeah, something's weird. Something's off.
I don't know. Like wedding invitation stuff does get kind of tricky. Not that I've had like a big wedding. I mean, we prior to getting married during COVID, we were planning a bigger wedding, and it is kind of like when you involve outside parties for assistance and things like that. Like you do get, you have to invite this person, then you have to invite this person, and it's like, well, like,
yeah.
I feel like more often than not, though, you are inviting people and you're like, I'm still going to do it to be nice, even though they're going to say no. Like, they're not going to come from Kansas to my wedding. They're like my third cousin, but I have to invite them. I feel like you deal with that more than like, I'm not going to invite this person and hope they don't notice.
Yeah.
I mean, in my wedding, I had requests to include people that I had to make a call on, and a lot of it came down to money, but also like, it's like aging is weird. Aging is tough.
Well, it also
because
depends
you have
on
people that you
like if your parents are helping pay for it, then I feel like whoever your parents want to invite, that's on them. Yeah. If you're paying for it yourself, then you should invite whoever you want there.
Yeah.
Like we had to invite people internationally that we knew weren't going to come, but it's still like, and I would have liked to have had them, but it's like, the reality is I don't know why people get so gung ho. And I feel like it is a very men-women difference. Like women get so excited about weddings on average than men that are like, okay, please don't ask me to be in it. Please don't ask me to be in it. Please don't ask me to be in it.
I mean, receptions are fun. Like, if it was just like, we're going to have a private ceremony with just family and you're invited to the reception, that'd be great. I would love that. But
Just write back, be like, sorry, you slept with everyone already that's here. You wouldn't have a good time.
It's also, I think the internet has messed things up for this.
Yeah, just
stuff
live stream
too.
it.
Because I feel like there's probably obligation on both sides, right? The people who are getting married are like, oh, we have to invite our friends and those friends and that group of friends. And we used to have friends 10 years ago that we really like and we just sort of fell out of touch with. We should invite them. You know, it's like there's like a level of like wanting to share, but also like feeling guilty for not inviting people and inviting people. And then on the other side of that, people being like, oh God, we haven't seen them in 10 years. And like, good for them for getting married, but like, I don't really want to go to a wedding. Okay, I guess we're going to go.
well,
And
also,
so,
a
like,
wedding seems like a horrible place to catch up.
well, it is. It's a garbage place to catch up.
I
And
think,
sure, receptions are fun and open bars are fun, but like, I don't know.
yeah, I would happily go to a wedding if it was like live streamed and I could sit on my couch and drink a beer. Be like, yep, good for you. I seen
Yeah.
it.
But you
your
know,
gifts
with-
in the mail. Bye.
Oh, it's driving through a tunnel.
You're playing Candy Crush while they're getting married.
It's coming through.
How do I fast forward? Oh shit, this is live. Damn it.
Try like multitask with porn and it pipes through.
Grab his dick.
This porno's starting off really slow.
You're not stepbrother and sister. So unbelievable. All right, well, I'm glad. Well, this person took it to, I think, a level that I wouldn't have taken it to. And I think you both, I'm going to have a hot take. I think you're both actively seeking some drama because she could have stopped her explanation like there. But then she took her nails and she went, eh. It's like, all right, you know this is going to elicit a response.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, it smells to me like she felt wronged by this person and also wanted some level of closure that she previously didn't have the opportunity to give, I guess. And I think that must be driving some of the desire
Or
to
she
communicate
wants
with the person.
validation for not inviting her.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what else
Like
is
it-
going on is you need to tell us what actually happened because we don't have,
Right.
we definitely don't have the whole story here.
I'm literally
So-
on the edge of my seat.
Until she's willing to declare what she did, you're asking us to side with somebody that there's clearly more to this story.
Have you guys ever been to an ex's wedding?
Fuck no. Why? No.
I don't know.
No?
If you in any yeah,
No.
see, you came in so hot, and then you had to be like, oh, wait a second.
No.
I don't think
I don't think I
have.
would. I don't.
No.
Well, but like there were some relationships that,
Ain't none of mine amicable.
well, all right, never mind.
Well, I guess if you count like Dane and Adrian, but like,
Hey, nice. Yeah, that's a good point.
but yeah. Have you been to an ex's wedding?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have.
Too
I
many
don't know that
area
I'd be
codes.
invited. Huh?
Trying to
I
think.
guess if
too many,
we
too
all
many
get
area codes
divorced,
in the
then we
country.
could say we've been to an ex's wedding. But
What'd you say?
I said if we all get divorced, we could say that we've been to an ex's wedding.
Oh, that's a good point.
Would
That
you
goes
guys
back-
like if you guys ended up getting remarried for whatever reason, either you're divorced or widowed,
Yeah.
would you still want like a normal sized wedding, or would you do it smaller, and would you invite people?
I would, first of all, I'm never getting remarried. Second, I would elope. I would do
Smart choice.
the
Smart
next
answer.
closest thing to not getting married, which would be elope.
Yeah, it feels like if it's your second wedding, then yeah, you should probably keep it a little smaller.
Bigger, better.
I
Round
gotta
two.
want to jinx this one.
Look, we had a lot of learning lessons on the first one, but we know how to do it better this time around.
That takes me back to when we were talking about like introducing people, like your wife as your first wife.
Your current.
That periodically like pops into my head and it makes me giggle. This is
When
my
I met
current wife.
Starla 2 weeks ago at the Ron's No Place, I knew she was the woman for me.
Oh man.
I'll never say never.
Oh, okay.
Sandy Mountain days are upon us.
Oh, that's right. The breeding ground of romance.
Can smell it in the air.
Smell the sauerkraut and sausage from the choir booth.
Crossing streams with an elephant ear.
Yeah.
Teriyaki noodles.
Oh man, everybody's wet. You feel me? That's good.
It's all sauced up.
All
right,
right, let's
Good luck.
let's get another
It's
one.
11:29.
Yeah.
All right. Next one comes to us from the subreddit Answers. Username Direct Value 4452. They asked.
Wait, is this going to be like a Jeopardy thing? Answers? So like they're going to give the answer and we have to ask the question?
Bloop, 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 bloop. It's a double Jeopardy.
No, they are asking a question, so I think they're seeking answers.
Oh, okay. I was like, wrong
Well, that's
subreddit.
confusing. Subreddit, get your act together.
Have you? I've heard that in Jeopardy, you can, as long as you phrase something as a question, it still counts. So you could be like, what the hell is Napoleon? Like, you could, as long as it's a question, it will still count. I don't know if they would tolerate that, but like there's a player.
What are D's? D's nuts?
There's like a Jeopardy champion
question and a question.
who he answers every question with what's instead of like who is, where is, he'll just say what's blah blah blah, and like
Do they ever count that wrong if it's a person and you say what's?
no, because it's a question. But it's like his strategy to be able to like answer faster and not have to like think about the phrasing.
Jeopardy hack.
How's is a good one. Like, how does
How come?
that? Oh my god,
If you
that
just
would be
answered
so funny.
like how come, and then whatever. Like how come the Himalayas?
I'm surprised somebody hasn't done that.
Oh man, that would be so good. I'd tune into that. You'd be, oh my god, you would be hated on set. Like everyone would be like, oh my, especially if you do it just like that, where you like look, you look up. How come? Oh man,
There's a
that
comedian
kills
who
me.
has
Benjamin Franklin?
comedian who has a really funny bit about like people who use Google, but instead of like asking like why, blah, like asking a question, they just say how come, like just typing into Google. I don't know. It's just kind of a funny way to like. How come my butt is itchy? Like I don't know. It's just like. Anyway.
That's pretty good. So I forget which streamer it was, but some streamer got on to he was like streaming with a buddy, and the guy's like, oh, I don't know, look that up. And he goes, oh, and he's sharing his screen, and he opens up a new window, and then he goes to the search, the URL bar, and he types out Google, and then Google searches for google.com and he clicks on Google to get to the Google homepage where there's the search bar, and then he goes there and his buddy's looking at him and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" Anyway.
Okay, so this person, direct value 4452, they ask, what words do you pronounce wrong just because the proper way feels too proper?
Like foyer
Yeah.
or foyer.
Or croissant.
Oh man, croissant just really chaps my ass.
Croissant.
Does it?
Well, yes, not croissant. I have a reason for that. So I worked in New York at a schmancy French bakery thing, and people would come up and be like, yeah, hi, can I get the eggs, and can I get just, I guess, like an iced coffee and a croissant? And it's like, oh God, like how did you? It's get out of here. Just call it what it is. Like use your normal voice for it. But it would be such a distinct difference between their talking voice and their croissant voice. Terrible. Anyway, like everybody did it, and so that was the bane of my existence working there, which wasn't too bad. So
I know I pronounce a lot of things wrong, and I probably have so many in my vocabulary I don't even know that they're wrong. But the one thing my grandparents used to do is they would add R's to things like Washington, or like put it in the washing machine. And I was like, God, you sound so dumb. I love them to death, but I was like, there's no R in Washington.
yeah,
I was like, and I don't know what dialect in the United States that came from, but
I feel like it's a north middle America, like northern middle America. But that might be wrong.
Yeah. As far as like words, I refuse to like pronounce the proper way. I feel like ordering food, like you do, like especially like watching like the cooking channel or whatever, you'll hear people be like, okay, I'm gonna make a tortilla, and like it's like
Yeah,
people know what you mean, like
that
and like
that
we don't
irks me so bad when people do that. Oh God.
And like I guess,
especially
like,
when it's like
it,
food.
like if somebody is speaking English as their second language, we don't expect them to, pronounce everything exactly how, American English sounds. So like you're going to speak with an accent, and most decent people don't give them a bunch of shit for it. And I think the same should be said for like, American people saying French words. Like, yes, we're going to pronounce it croissant. Yes, we're going to.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's, it's interesting though, because I think that some people do it as an affectation just to be fancy or just to be showy in some way, and then I think some people are like trying to like
seem
like
more
for
worldly,
Spanish, like
or
no, not necessarily, no, not even for self promotion, but more like trying it out, or like with I remember that there was a Mexican food restaurant that I used to go to with my folks, and my mom was trying to learn Spanish, and she was trying to order in Spanish, and this nice young woman, she was like taking our order, and my mom's like, puedo tener the camarones, and the woman goes, shrimp. And she's like, okay. Yeah, can I get the shrimp? And so I think there's a difference between people like making an effort to try and like exercise some of the things that they learned versus because like I'm trying to think of that in the reverse, like if someone has a thick dialect or a thick accent and then pronounces a word very regionally or very like they're very specific with how they're trying to pronounce it. It usually, to me, seems like they've been working on that word, as opposed to them being like an affectation of an American. Whereas I think in the United States, people do things like tortilla or croissant because they're doing like an affectation as opposed to trying to just say it the correct way. If that does that make sense? Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
There is a profile that this guy goes around to his friends, and it's Latinos pronounce, and it's like these individuals that speak English, but they just have a very thick accent, and like some of the word alliterations just drop off. So it's like, who is this? Baltimore Robins, you know, and it's like it's supposed to be Baltimore Ravens, but then he like syncs it up with Baltimore, and it's dressed up as like Batman and Robin, you know, like it's like the phonetic way behind it. I know for a long time as a kid I pronounced nuclear wrong.
Oh yeah, I was talking to my kids about nuclear just like earlier this week, or I guess late last week, where Oscar was being all like nuclear. I'm like, look at how it's spelled. Let's write it down.
It
That's how you
sounds
say it.
better.
It does sound. It sounds way cooler. Nuclear.
Sounds more damning. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how if you have a coffee drink that's made with concentrated coffee, what is that coffee called?
Concentrated coffee?
Cold brew?
Like no. Like if you pull a shot of coffee, what is that called?
Espresso?
Okay, there you go.
Nespresso.
People say espresso. Frank Sinatra used to say espresso. And that, I think also because I worked in a coffee shop, like that does something to my, I just kind of go, but it doesn't, I don't like lose my shit over it, but it's something that like my brain flags. But I'm trying to think of other
looking
words
up
that
some lists, and the one thing, like I see a bunch of common themes of kernel, hyperbole, and salmon.
Oh yeah.
I could see kernel, like colonel.
Colonel? Yeah, where'd that R come from? They took your grandparents were like, oh, Colonel, you can add an R wherever you want.
Yeah, it seems like you shouldn't call it kernel if you want to be like the most decorated thing, and there's no R in the actual word.
So there's some multisyllabic words that I find that sometimes I breeze over. Tuesday, Wednesday, those two are words that should be pronounced slightly differently.
Apparently, I'm learning one right now. Almond. You're not supposed to say the L. It's almond.
There's another one like that too.
Often pronounced almond, but correctly pronounced as almond with a silent L.
You're not supposed to pronounce the T in often.
Often?
Yeah, the T is supposed to be non-existent in the pronunciation. Supposedly. And also, like, what are we basing it on? Like, saying that one part of the country or one, region in the country is doing it right. But
a phrase I've heard is linguistics is descriptive, not prescriptive. So, like, as long as you get your meaning across, like, there's not really a right or wrong way to say things.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys were just in Louisiana. They do whatever they want down there. And they barely get some information across sometimes. So,
That's true.
Across.
But it still makes sense.
Oh.
Across,
yeah, I feel like a lot of the things that I like choose to pronounce wrong are like food things.
Yeah.
Like I do feel like I know, yes, it's pho, but I don't know. I feel like
do you still call it pho?
What?
You call it pho?
Well, I don't know. That's how it's spelled.
What an idiot.
With the Queen's English, but
no, but it's got all those schwas around it.
Yeah.
It's got the Motley Crue things on it.
I will pronounce it pho, but I feel like
right.
Like
you feel
a-
like an imposter, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some other. I bet there's some other good ones. In a text thread that we had earlier, I was trying to say something funny, but I said instead of probably, I said probably, which I know doesn't actually make sense. But I feel like there's a couple of words like that people sort of like blend the syllables together regularly, and I'm trying to remember what some of them are. Like,
I feel like,
not
we all probably
because,
do that
but-
to a certain degree. I'm all about
'cause
cutting
it's like-
corners, so
Right, it's more expedient to just say that, get the thought across, like what you
like I
said.
just said,
Brandon.
cutting corners instead of cutting corners.
Well, I feel like that one's acceptable because you can, it's what is that? It's called something when you put an apostrophe somewhere instead of the rest of the word.
A contraction?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a linguist.
If there's anything we're qualified to talk about, especially me, it's spelling things and vocabulary.
I am a kind of linguist, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Colonel, like, no, Jake, it's pronounced Colonel.
Colonel.
We just went over this.
Colonel Lingus is really good. Oh, there's an SNL skit about that. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This person says euro, mostly because if I say it right, nobody has any clue what I'm talking about. Also because no matter how you pronounce it, someone will be like, that's not how you say it.
Yeah, that's a good point. At first, I thought you meant the European currency,
Yeah.
but
A gyro or euro.
oh, yeah. Do you
There's
think
also
that's
another
where,
guy on there who's like POV. You go to date with overpronouncer, and he's like, "Ah, yes. How is the mortadella tonight?" It's
Yeah.
like, oh god.
it's yeah. It's Italian. It's French. Ain't nobody doing that to Swedish. You know what I mean? They're not like.
Tell me
getting
about
into
your
it.
tortillas. Are they made in house? Maybe I'll have a gordita instead. It's like,
Well, so it's probably not an affectation, but for whatever reason, Spain Spanish always sounds more pretentious. Like when people are like volley between like U.S. English and Spain Spanish because it's the sh instead of this
and that
like
they like stop their tongues at the
Tortillas.
back of their teeth.
oh yeah, tortillas. Yeah, it's something like that.
Un cheesy gordita crunch, por favor, y un Baja Blast.
Gracias. Live más.
Live Moss. Yeah.
This
All right.
person says croissant. Yeah.
Yeah.
This person says tinnitus. I always say it tinnitus. Fuck that tinnitus nonsense. I don't care that it has two ends.
Like aluminium.
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
I like how set in your ways you are, Matt. Sometimes something comes across and you're just like,
Aluminium.
those
So
This
dumb.
person brings
fucking
us up.
burners.
How do you guys pronounce the word AUNT?
Oh.
Is it
It is a
supposed to
good
be
one.
aunt?
How do you feel about that, Matt? Because I couldn't tell by the way.
I hate
Oh,
when
you
people
moved
say,
your-
"Oh, my aunt." It's like, yeah, tell her about the vase you just got the flowers for
Get
her
'em.
too.
Get 'em.
It sounds so
Fuck
pretentious.
those guys. I mean, here's the problem. I, for the vast majority of my life, have said "ant," but now it feels like I'm saying it wrong. Actually, there's a guy.
A
there's
is
a
for
comedian
apple.
that's
Ant.
followed by an oo, by a u.
What the why is it an ounce? My ounce. Ounce and
you sound like-
oompa.
That makes you sound like Arnold.
That I could get
Austrian.
behind. That would be fun.
Oh man. There's a David.
Get
no,
my
not David
uncle
Tennant.
oat.
There's a an old web, maybe it was maybe a web series or something, but this English comedian, he did a series, soapbox series, where he would like go on tangents about particular subjects, and he went on a long tangent. I'll post it somewhere because it's pretty funny, but it's he goes into the foyer versus foyer, and he's like, I know that it's pronounced foyer, but then it sounds like I'm being an asshole, and so I say foyer, but I want the people to know that I say that to know that I know it's supposed to be foyer, but I want to respect the language that we're currently living. Anyway, he goes on to a long tirade about it. I'll post it. It's fantastic. He's a really funny comedian.
This person says my favorite is listening to boomers trying to pronounce Chipotle.
There's one of the guys from Great Mythical Morning has his dad on, who's from deep North Carolina, and they have him try to read words, and Chipotle was one of them. And like chipotle. It's like, oh,
I remember I went to Tollgate Inn a number of years ago, and like the lady was like I was ordering a soup, and she was like, okay, we have whatever, vegetable and chipotle. And I was like, oh, what's blah, 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 whatever. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll have the chipotle. She's like, chipotle? I was like, okay. Sure.
It's incredible that she thinks she's correcting you on that. Sometimes it would be nice to be that ambivalent, though, of just like, no, I know that this is right.
This person says February.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a good one because I whenever I pronounce it, and I know I'm pronouncing it correctly, it feels weird.
I try to throw the R in there, and it does feel awkward.
Yeah,
that's another pretentious thing. I feel like I know how to say this correctly, and you don't.
Well, it's like when you learn something, like it's like nuclear, when you know that there's like a correct way, or like a ghost letter in there. You're like, oh, I actually have to pronounce it correctly. So in fact, neither way sounds correct. So February is like, no, I know, I can't even say it right.
It just sounds like you're drunk.
Sir, what's your birthday? I can't say.
You know what the date is? February 22nd.
I'm going to bring nuclear back, though. I think that's appropriate. It's like it's more intense. Nuclear.
Ooh, here's a good one. I say caramel. I don't say caramel. I feel like a douche when I say caramel.
That's a tough one. Yeah. Well, aren't they different things?
They are technically.
I think they are. Caramel is a candy, and caramel is the thing. The like toasted sugar, or like the melted sugar. I think. Don't quote me on that. Real quick, call back to what I was talking about before. The guy's name is David Mitchell. He's an English actor, writer, comedian. Very funny. He's got a web series, kind of, called Soapbox, The Soapbox, or Mitchell's Soapbox, or something like that. David Mitchell's Soapbox. But he has a lot of things that he goes, oftentimes having to do with linguistics, and it's pretty entertaining.
This person says Ibiza. They don't say Ibiza.
Oh, there's another one.
Ibiza. That's another thing where it's like, oh no, caramel and caramel are the exact same thing.
Son of a bitch, I was lied to. Probably.
Yeah, it just sounds like, oh, we should. We're at the beach. We should get some caramel corn. Like you just sound like a. I don't know. Oh, mother, can we get some caramel corn? Like you should be like nice. A little like sailor suit or something. And
yeah. Oh, that or like you've never seen the beach before or something.
Yeah.
Should we get some toffee? Toffee?
This person
I feel like there are some other.
I have a Cayman, but always say Porsche rather than the correct Porsche.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. There are some... you know what I think is weird? And this is kind of similar to Porsche and Porsche. The, like... I think it's
Also
weird
nice
that...
flex. I have a Cayman, but I was pronounce it.
Yeah, what an asshole. But
Humble
but
brag.
like we call countries, or rather, we have names. We being the United States, or English-speaking countries, have names for cities that are not the names of cities. So, like Russian cities, almost none of them. Well, actually, any of the big ones, like St. Petersburg, I think is probably not St. Petersburg in Russian. I might be wrong on that, but there are some cities that have that like we've given names that locals don't have, or even countries for that matter. Countries have names that the, you know,
Yeah, like Mexico, Nepal
Spain,
for Japan.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I think that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, should we skedaddle?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a really high quality episode that people will be, you know,
You just switch back
lucky
to, your
to
flip
get.
can.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. I have to put my
Wave
thing
goodbye
away.
with your little hobbit toes.
While he's doing that, thank you all for listening, and
say
thank you to our
goodnight.
loyal patrons for supporting the show. If you haven't already, head over to Patreon at patreon.com/qualifiednonsense to show your support and maybe catch some more feet pics and exclusive content, including our new show, Qualified Nonsense After Dark. Watch us over on YouTube at youtube.com/@qualifiednonsense. Also, feel free to send any questions or comments to qualifiednonsense@gmail.com or hit us up on our socials or on our Discord found in the episode description. After you've done all that, please also rate, review, share, like, and subscribe on your podcast app of choice. We'll see you back here next week for another brand new episode of Qualified Nonsense.
Please sign up on Patreon so we can get Jake some toenail clippers.
Au revoir. I know they're pretty claw-like. That's rough.